Angry Guy here, and today we're discussing how to spot a cryptocurrency scam. This is a great topic, isn't it? We're going to go ahead and thank these patrons right here, and special thanks to these patrons: Sharky, Mickey Turner, GNU, Link Neurons, Cryptonomy Royal 2.5, B Bax, Brian A. Pierre Dramartel, David Herrera, Deadlust, F8 Crusader, Gabriel Prince, Goo Monster, Hansky, Iceberg 88, John Charles Clark Jr., Joshua Flores, Levi Abram, Nature Monk, Raymond Zuniga, Red Pill Blue Mage, Saint Everest, CPO Americana, Scott Venman, Thomas Danielle, Timothy Bruce Leoza, David Strong, Tim Myers, Daniel D. Utley, and Sam Raven. You guys are amazing, and I want to thank you for your continued support. So, guys, today we're going to be discussing how to spot a cryptocurrency scam. This is a good topic. This is a topic that a lot of you guys need to understand, okay? Because as the cryptocurrency market is beginning to skyrocket again, scams are obviously on the rise. One of the big new things is called an initial exchange offering, and it's basically like an ICO, except what they've done is people who are running coin sales, they've shifted the responsibility over to exchanges to sell their coins instead of selling them directly. So we've moved from the ICO, initial coin offering model, to initial exchange offering model, but it is still essentially an initial coin offering. You have to be very careful when you are purchasing cryptocurrency, especially when you're just investing in a bull market, and you don't know what you're doing. Because if you're going to jump in and you don't know what you're doing, you're going to lose all your money. That's the nature of the game. That is the simple nature of the game. Now, let's go ahead and talk about some of the most common things to look for to determine if a cryptocurrency is a scam. The major one, or rather one of the major things that I look at, is the project has no utility. Now, of course, there are going to be coins that are just designed for the purpose of being a storage of wealth, a storage of value, such as Bitcoin. However, these days, if you see a coin that just emerges and literally has no utility whatsoever and no community, then that's one of the first things you have to question. Now, don't get me wrong, it's not always the case, but especially for like newer coins that are coming out, they're like, oh, the great thing about this coin is you can use it as a storage of value. So what separates this coin from any other coin? Is there a specific community that it's targeting? Is it aiming to solve a problem? Okay, so you want to look if a coin is aiming to solve a problem. What problem is it trying to fix? What specific community is it aimed at helping? What group is it trying to help? If it's basically just a basic coin, and they'll use all kinds of fancy jargon, but if it's just a coin that literally has no utility, and it's just, it has a nice name, but it's not actually designed to do anything specifically, then that's one of the first indicators that you can look at to determine that this cryptocurrency is probably a scam. Now, don't get me wrong. That is not the only thing you should look at, because there are many coins. Like I said, Bitcoin is just a storage of wealth, all right? It's just a storage of wealth. And obviously, Bitcoin is not a scam. So there are going to be many coins like that. But a lot of coins today are just basically, people are just putting out coins just for the sake of putting out a coin. And it has no purpose other than people are hearing about cryptocurrency and they want to buy up a coin. They want to buy cryptocurrency so they can get rich. And a lot of people are going to fall into that trap because they don't understand crypto and they don't understand investing. So that's one thing you have to really, really look at. You have to consider is you have to look at the utility of a coin. What's the purpose of this project? What problem does this cryptocurrency actually solve? If it's not solving any problem, then maybe that's not something you're going to want to invest in. Next up, we have if the project has no known team members. Now, projects that have been around for a while are different. For example, Digibyte or BitShare. These are products that have been around for a long time. And so you can look at the history of these coins and see what they're doing. So you may not actually find the people who you might not find the team members listed on the website, but they were either once there or this is a project that never even had an ICO. Okay, I don't even know if Digibyte or BitShare even had ICOs when they first emerged. So that's one thing you should consider. But like I said, for like initial coin offerings, like new projects that are like, oh, initial exchange offerings, like I said, they're being called now. You definitely want to look at the page first and see if there are team members listed. If there are team members listed, you want to see if they have links to their LinkedIns, okay? You also want to check out crypto review websites that review these ICOs, review these initial exchange offerings, and determine whether or not these projects have been verified by these platforms, because there's a ton of these websites that actually do verify team members. For example, when we came out with Red Pill Coin, we actually went above and beyond and actually had our team members get verified. All right. So whenever that happens, you'll actually see something like a verification badge listed by the project on these review sites. And you can find tons of them just by looking them up on Google. The next and final way that I'm going to speak of, and there's a ton of other methods you can use, but I'm giving you 3 tips in this video. The final one is going to be, does the project have an announcement on Bitcoin Talk? All right. So Bitcoin Talk is a forum that was created by Satoshi Nakamoto, okay, the creator of Bitcoin. And it's still around today. Whenever a new cryptocurrency project emerges, it is essentially not only common, but it's basically required these days that the project be announced on Bitcoin Talk. If the project is not announced on Bitcoin Talk, typically in the altcoin section, that is one of the biggest indicators that this project is a scam, okay? If it does not have an announcement thread, okay, the project has no utility and there are no team members, okay, then those are very, very important things you need to consider when investing. Now, there could be other things. For example, there's some projects that are developed anonymously, okay? There are some projects that have an anonymous team. Typically, though, with those projects, they don't do things like sell the coins, all right? So when you have a project and the team members are anonymous, very often than not, they're not selling the coins. They are, they still follow all the other guidelines where, when I say selling, I mean there's no initial exchange offering or ICO, but there's still a Bitcoin Talk thread. They make it very clear what the utility of the coin is going to be. And they really try to answer questions. Like there's actually a way that you can get in touch with the team and reach out to them and ask them questions. And that's actually a very good, important thing. If you have doubts about it, you should reach out to the team and ask questions about the crypto as well, because that's one way of getting answers to questions that you have. But of course, those are not the only method. Those are not the only things that you should be doing. There's a bunch of others, but those are 3 very important things, at least the very basic things that you should actually be doing when you're looking at a new project and you're like, what is this coin a scam or not? Because one thing you don't want to do is don't just watch videos on YouTube telling you about this awesome new coin and why you should invest in it. Because a lot of the time, those people are getting a kickback. A lot of times, those YouTubers are getting a kickback of coins just for promoting it, just for plugging it. They are getting a kickback of coins. You have to ask yourself, do you really want to be a part of that? Do you want to, because these people, they don't actually care. They could care less. They're basically promoting securities and they don't care. They're just waiting to get their cut. So you need to learn how to actually evaluate coins for yourself. Now, in addition to those tips, don't forget that at CryptoMoney.academy, we have a ton of great courses that will teach you the things you need to know to invest in cryptocurrency. We have an Introduction to Cryptocurrency course, Introduction to Day Trading Cryptocurrency for a Living course, how to buy Bitcoins anonymously and through secret methods. And then also, a very relevant course is how to choose / invest in altcoins that will increase by 10 times to 100 times or more. And you can go over to cryptomoney.academy, click on the courses section, and here you will find the courses section, and you'll basically find that it's very, very in depth. Okay, and one of the topics is how to spot scam coins and use them to your own advantage to make 10 times to 1,000 times profit. So that is a very, very important one. That's something very, very important. And I want you guys to not waste your time. Don't waste your time. Don't fool around. You need to actually go do the work, because it is extremely important. It is extremely vital. And this is how, during the crypto boom, people are going to be making lots of money. And you can determine whether or not you want to be one of those people who are making money, or one of those people who are losing money because you did not know what you were doing, and now you're losing money to people who've been experienced in this, and they know how to trick you out of your hard-earned money. Again, that's up to you. But yeah, cryptomoney.academy if you would like to take a course, learn about cryptocurrency, and actually protect yourself, and not only protect yourself, but learn how to take advantage of these situations to multiply and maximize your earning potential, gain wealth, and live your dreams, and do what's going to make you happy. All right, guys, let me know what you think in the comments. If you enjoyed the video, like, share, subscribe. Love God, get money, and cheers.